Hello, hello, everybody, and welcome back to PoducateMe, the ESL podcast.
Oh, fudge.
What happened?
Ah, I dropped my phone.
Oh, geez.
It didn't break.
Okay,
That's
that's
good.
good. That's good.
Yeah.
That's a relief. Okay, well, if you haven't guessed, today we're talking about swearing.
Swearing. And you should be thinking like, "Oh my God, why are they doing this?" But you guys asked for it, actually.
Yes, we actually had a request from one of our listeners. Hello. And they wanted to know a little bit about like swearing in the English language.
Mhm.
And, you know, obviously we don't want to actually swear. And I'm sure, you know, I would say that when people are first learning a language, the first thing they learn are the swear words.
And it's not that the first thing they learn, the first thing they want to learn. We even noticed it with our students because of course we work with international students. So you can have students from Japan, Brazil, Mexico, Korea, anywhere in the world. And especially when you're working with the lower level students, they do not know a lot of vocabulary, but they pick up very quickly the swear words from other languages from their classmates.
Yeah, exactly. And not just the English language. It's like the one way that they connect from people with the different countries is like, oh, how do you say this word in your language? Or what is the swear word that you use the most in your language? And this is how
Mhm.
they bond, I guess.
Yeah, but also I think that they learn it because when they interact outside of school, people do swear a lot, and if they do not know how to swear in English, they probably swear in their first language, and people are like, "Oh, what's that?" And they're
Yeah,
like, let me teach
very true,
you."
very true. So I think for today, we're going to try and skirt around actually using those words, but I did want to talk about kind of like, the maybe the nice little replacements that we can use, some of the
Mm-hmm.
creative ones. Anyway, I feel like it's going to be a fun topic
Yes,
today. Yeah.
yes, we'll
So,
discuss it.
I mean, we kind of touched on it, but why do people swear? Do you swear?
I do. Guilty as charged.
Mm-hmm.
I do swear. Not on like it's not a part of my vernacular. I can't say that, but sometimes I like to put in like a very juicy word in my first language. And of course, when I'm talking to, we will actually, it's a very good thing that we are talking about this because I also wanted to ask you in like
Mm-hmm.
what situations and who with
Mm-hmm.
you swear if you do. Because I normally would not swear when I'm talking to my family, honestly. But if I am like very, very, very angry, I can use uh, not like a super juicy word, but like a swear word, but I will apologize 10 times. Like I will be venting about something and be like, and I'm sorry, but it, and then I'll say the word.
I see. I see.
Yeah. And my family does the same. If someone like absolutely necessary has to swear, they will apologize 10 times
Oh,
for doing
okay.
that.
I don't think I swear in front of my family. And I generally don't swear too much unless I'm like upset
Hmm.
about something, unless I'm really upset. Like say I'm telling a story and it's got me kind of like all riled up, then yes, I will add a little color to
Hmm.
my explanation or my story. Or if I'm listening to a friend's story and I'm reacting and I
Uh-huh.
really want to like empathize with them. I'll be like, "What the?" Or like, things like
Yeah.
that. Things like that.
Yeah, same, same. So again, I guess that everybody
Oh, yeah,
swears.
yeah.
Yeah.
If
So
if
it's
they're
just,
pushed far enough, I
yeah.
think everybody swears.
And sometimes I believe that it can really like emphasize the whole spectrum of the emotions or the situation
I
that you're
agree.
going through and that you're describing. So sometimes it's just like necessary to do it.
Yeah. And yeah, exactly. Sometimes it is really good to have those words to add to
Hmm.
your conversation or whatever, because it really does help to, like you said, emphasize what you want to say,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
But then again, I don't think that I've met anyone. like here in Canada, like a native speaker, or not a native speaker, the person who speaks English, who like swears like a cobbler. But back home, a lot of people, they do swear a lot
Regularly,
regularly,
even when they're not upset.
even when they're not upset, just
Okay.
like describing some, I don't know, daily life situation.
Mm,
They can use a lot of swear words.
okay.
And you know what? I'm running maybe a little bit ahead of our topic, but in Russian and Ukrainian, there are way more swear words than there are in English. And
Ooh,
some people, they can do it like art. They can say the full sentence using just swear words, and you'll be able to understand them.
nice. I don't
Yes.
know if that's possible. You're right. Like, I think culturally, when it comes to swearing, there can be a lot of differences. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So generally, you would say in Ukrainian and Russian, it's more, I guess, normal to insert.
It's not normal.
Yeah.
It's still like is frowned upon, and you would not be using it again at work or in some like very formal setting. Again, depending on people, but again, for some people, this is the part of their vernacular.
Okay.
They would be
Okay.
using it a lot. And finally, this is the linguistic nerd thing for swear words in Russian and Ukrainian. You can turn them into nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs. So you can
Mm.
do like the whole bunch of stuff with those words.
So when
And
you said you can make a whole sentence using swear
exactly,
words, okay, I got it.
exactly. So you can have like a proper noun, a proper verb, a proper adjective, and an adverb to top it off.
Okay.
And this is sometimes you're just like, wow, that was brilliant. I mean, my ears, my poor ears, but that was brilliant.
That's talent.
Yeah, that is
Talent.
talent for
Okay.
sure.
All right. So, I guess going back to the English swear words, I mean, I guess you would say there are kind of like a few top
Yes.
words, right?
We thought about four.
Yeah, the four big ones. And then kind of similarly, like you can use them, like you can add things to them. You can some of them you can change into like a noun or a verb, and you can be a little more creative with how you're
Adjectives
actually
too,
using
I
these,
guess.
yeah, with how you're
Yeah.
actually using these words. So
Mm-hmm.
of course the first one, and we're not going to actually say them
Yeah.
because you
What did you expect?
most
Grow
people
up.
most people already know what they
Yes.
are, right? So we're not going to actually say them. We've got the F word. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's the number one.
Yep.
And then we have, I would say, the D word,
The D word.
C word, and B word.
Yes.
Yes.
That's a puzzle.
Th-
Solve it.
and that's all. That's all we're gonna say about that. However, I think when we're thinking about like, I guess you could say the types of swear words or the categories of swear words in English. And I'm sure this is very cultural too. I'm sure
Mm-hmm.
in every language there's kind of a root from where all these swear words come from. But in English, most like there's a category of swear words that are religious in nature. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
you're using um, you're using the religious terms in a bad way. So that way, what's the
To
term?
express your like frustration or anger
Yeah, yeah, and
or
it
surprise.
there's a term
Blasphemy.
blasphemous. Yes. So there's blasphemous language,
Mm-hmm.
and then there is swearing that is categorized with like I would say body parts,
Body parts.
body parts and the
Bodily functions.
bodily functions and the actions that you would do with these body parts. I
I
think that's
love
the
it.
best way I can explain it
Yeah. Yeah.
in a more most appropriate manner.
Mm-hmm.
However, okay, so we have I think those are the two main things. So
Yes.
religion, so blasphemous language, and then things with body parts related to body parts.
Yep.
And then with those, you because they can be very vulgar, they can be inappropriate, and so there's some like creative ways that you can use these words to make them, I guess, kid friendly.
Kid
Kids,
friendly or situation friendly.
let's call it kid friendly for now. But let's maybe we can talk about the ones that we know in English that
Mm-hmm.
are like kid-friendly versions of actual swear words.
Yeah.
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 Okay. So there's let's talk about religion-based
Let's talk about
swear words.
religion-based swear
So, I
words.
mean, they're not like really okay, in my opinion, they're not these days, they're not really bad to actually say,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, when I say religious swear words, I mean things that are related to biblical names, right? So
Mm-hmm.
you've got like God, Jesus, Mary,
Moses.
Moses, Paul, John, all of those,
Joseph.
all of those people. And when you're using it in a way that you're like swearing, then that's considered blasphemous.
Mm-hmm.
Also, like holy, um, things related to hell, like
Hell.
hell, damn,
Nation.
damnation, that type of thing. So, um, you know, for example, the word holy, right? We put it together. So usually you'll say like holy sh word,
Uh-huh. Or
but in
holy career word.
yes. So instead of saying that, a kind of kid-friendly version or replacement version, a lot of people would say like holy cow,
I love it.
holy smokes, holy
Mm-hmm.
guacamole.
Holy
Holy,
guacamole.
this is my favorite. It rolls off the tongue so
My
nicely.
favorite from holy is holy crackers.
Holy crackers is
And
good.
people expect, of course, not crackers. They expect something else, but
Yes.
holy crackers.
Holy schnitzel.
Holy schnitzel. That's one I've never heard actually, but it
Yeah.
does make a lot of sense because of sh.
Yeah, yeah. So those
Mm-hmm.
are kind of like the ones that you would be able to use maybe around children or something
Mm-hmm.
like that. There's also instead of like damn,
Mm-hmm.
people will say dang,
Yep.
right? So that's another one. So instead of like Jesus, you would say geez. Oh,
Cheese. Oh,
geez.
cheese.
Yeah. Geez
Cheese.
Louise. That's a kind of an old-fashioned one, but it's a thing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other ones related to religion, but I think that those are
Heck. Sometimes
heck.
instead of saying hell, you can say like what the heck.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
What the
Mhm.
heck? Holy heck.
Holy heck,
Yeah,
she said
yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah.
I've never heard this one.
Yeah. So there's a few that you can kind of replace and use in
Yeah.
a nicer way.
Uh, in my first languages, we also do have a couple of religion related words.
Ooh, okay.
They're not actually like swear words. I mean, the same as in English. Spill
Spill dude does it
dude.
again. Okay.
The same as in English. Like they're not bad words, but sometimes people would say like, "Oh, you can't do this. This is blasphemy."
Uh-huh.
So we use the word God
Mm-hmm.
for like surprise or whatever. Like, "Oh God,"
Mm-hmm.
but we use the Russian or Ukrainian word, and we also use the word devil.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
for like when you stub your toe or
Mm-hmm.
something happened, you dropped something, you can say the word devil.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know
And
also
they are, sorry, they are kind of like kids friendly. So if kids say them, you would be like, funny. So you
okay.
won't be like, oh, stop that.
Yeah. Like you won't be offended.
No, 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 you
Yeah.
won't be offended.
I know I mean I don't know the French language at all, but I do know that a lot of their swear words are blasphemous in nature. Like I do know um
I guess that I know just like one French word.
yes, you're
Yeah.
talking about the tabernacle.
No,
No? Oh, okay, a
I
different
was
one.
talking about, yeah, the,
Okay,
sorry,
okay.
French speaking listeners.
See, it's so funny. Like I don't know any I know very little French, but I do know a couple of the swear words.
Oh, actually, it's interesting if you say that there is a lot of like that there are a lot of swear words. Maybe that's why when people swear, they say, pardon my French, but
You're right.
yeah, because we
Maybe
say that in Russian and Ukrainian
yeah,
and
yeah.
in English too.
So this expression, pardon my French, it's like if you're about to spew out a bunch of swear words, you'll say like, "Ugh, pardon my French, but da da
Mm-hmm.
da 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 da," right? Okay, maybe
Love
that's where
it.
it comes
Yeah.
from. Interesting. Okay,
Okay, shall we move on to the B word, I
the other
guess?
types.
Yes, the other types of words that you can replace with something more kid friendly, as we called it. And let's talk about the B word. So a very, very common expression, son of a bee. And
Mm.
instead of saying son of a bee, you can say it as a little rhyme and you can say son of a gun.
Oh, son of a gun.
Yeah, I love it so much. It
Yeah.
sounds like there's so much energy in
Yeah.
this one. And another one for B, if you, well, first of all, if you want to call someone a B or you're talking about someone who is a B, you can actually tell someone like, oh my God, she's such a B. Like this, okay?
Yeah.
And it's not, I'm not blipping the word. You just say letter B and
Yeah.
people will understand.
They know exactly what you
They know
mean.
exactly
Yeah.
what you mean. Or you can get creative and say something like rhymes with witch. I
Yeah.
love it too.
Like, oh, you're such a rhymes with witch. Don't be
Uh-huh.
such a rhymes with witch. Right? I like that. I like that one. I've never
Mm.
used it, but I think because I tend to use the actual word, but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I know what you're saying. Um, there's also you can try to guess which swear word we're replacing, but a lot of the time you can say um, fudge,
Mm-hmm.
fudge, which is a delicious chocolate snack, but you can use it as replacement of a swear word. Similar to that, you can say uh, mother, father, and I think again you could probably guess what that
Yeah,
means.
tribute to Samuel L. Jackson.
How? What?
Oh my God, this is his like staple phrase,
Mother, father? Oh,
but
the
not
original. Ah,
the
okay.
original
I was
one.
like, when
Yeah,
did he say mother, father?
no,
Okay.
I mean he would not. Uh,
Yeah.
what's the word? Anyway, he would not. He
Yeah.
would never.
Okay. I know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with this F word, I would say honestly, like any one syllable F word can be replaced for the F word. So you can say fudge, you can say uh frick, freaking, fiddly sticks,
Fiddlesticks. Yep.
twiddleduddy, you
Mm-hmm.
can any sort of thing that starts with an F, um, a lot of the time is replaced. So like, oh, fiddlesticks. Very old fashioned word. I think that was used more a long time ago, but definitely was a replacement for this word.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Cool.
yeah.
And I don't think that we have actually any replacements words for the C word.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, me either. I guess that this is like the pinnacle of like the insults.
I would I think so. I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there is
yeah.
like no sugarcoating this.
Yeah, yeah.
Speaking about sugar, actually, there are a couple of words that we thought of to replace the sh word. And my personal favorite is shoot.
Shoot.
When you're
Oh,
just like, oh,
shoot.
shoot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think that's the most common one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The most common one.
There's also sugar.
Sugar.
Oh, sugar.
Yeah. You
There's
have to enunciate.
yeah,
Like,
the sh.
sugar.
Yeah.
Uh huh.
Which makes it feel more cathartic. I think that's why people just use the first letter. So even with the F word, it just feels more cathartic to be like, "Oh, fudge." It feels very similar to the real thing,
Yeah. Like,
right?
release. Uh
Yes,
huh.
there's a release to it.
I love it so much.
There's also like phrases, right? So
Mm-hmm.
for example, you mentioned before like son of a gun, right? There's also um when you want to tell someone to like uh shut up,
Yeah.
basically.
Well, it's not a swear word, but it's very rude to tell someone to shut up.
Well, it's shut up, but it's the other way to say shut up. Shut
Oh,
the
shut the.
F
Uh
up.
huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh
So
huh.
instead of that, you can say like shut the front door.
Ah, oh, I see now
Yeah.
why it's the foot. Okay, what about okay, it doesn't make sense.
So we'll say like, "Oh, like what? Shut the front door. What are you
Yes,
talking about?" Yeah.
okay, okay.
So like little phrases like that just to you tweak a couple of things to make it appropriate, I guess
Uh-huh.
you would say. Yeah.
Cool.
But I remember we were having a conversation before and you were saying how in like Russian and Ukrainian the the uh, the swearing or when you're swearing it can be very creative and you said like artistic even,
Yes, it
right?
can be very creative and artistic, and there is no sugar coating it, unfortunately.
Uh-huh.
So we don't have anything like the similar, because in English it's a kind of like a play on words
Yeah.
or like sounds where you do it. We don't have, I mean, at least now I cannot think of any words that would do the same thing, but we do have some words that would replace the bad words. And we have a very bad word that describes a woman who is very promiscuous. Let me say that.
Okay.
So that's a very bad word. And but we have the equivalent, and this is the word that actually, if you translate it into English, it would be crepe.
Like the dessert, like the pancake?
Yep, like a pancake.
Oh,
So you'd be like walking around like, ah, pancake. But it's
okay.
the Russian or Ukrainian word. And
I
that's
see.
something that like kids would say, and the parents probably would not be very happy about it,
Yeah.
because, again, not because the word itself is bad, but just because they pick up the habit of like using bad words to express their frustration.
Yeah.
So that's one. And then we have a swear word for the one of the body parts, the male body part. And sometimes to replace that, we use a word which means a vegetable, which is a horseradish.
Okay. I mean, yes,
Yeah,
I
so
get
you would
that.
say that, and you can turn that one into an adjective and adverb, and people use that a lot to replace it. And for the kids, I mean, again, they would use the body parts,
Yeah.
but not like the swear words, but the like actual words. I mean, not the anatomical names for them, but like in English, like you would say, like, oh, pee pee. Like,
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So they would be saying things
Things
like
like that.
this. Yeah.
Okay,
Just like
okay.
being silly. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
And yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Sorry, and also, what's fun about the Russian and Ukrainian swear words, that sometimes you can pair them with some like everyday objects or animals, and not just like some random, but people would understand like it's the collocation. Something like you can pair the F word, but the Russian or Ukrainian equivalent was the word horse,
Mm,
and it's like it's going to be used to describe like a very bad and terrible situation.
actually, that is the same in English. Like
Mm-hmm.
horse,
Mm, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
like BS. We also say
Yes.
horse.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. BS, if people don't know.
This is actually very interesting thing. We should have put it on the list, because the things that combine with the sh word, like BS, horse S, bat S, or sh, because they have different meaning, right? Like you would say
Yeah.
that someone is like bat sh crazy,
Yes. When you do bat sh,
and
uh,
bat like the night animal,
rodent.
like Batman.
Yeah. It means you're crazy
It means you're
or
crazy.
you have gone like off
Hmm.
the wire somehow.
Bullshit means that like you're lying,
Lying. Yeah. Horse is similar, I would say, or it's like trash or
or it's
garbage.
trash, or it's like super ridiculous and
Yeah.
idiotic
Yes.
idea.
I think those are the main three.
There was
Bat,
something
horse,
else.
cow. Um,
Cow,
oh, sorry, not cow. Bull.
bull, bat, horse.
Bull, bat, horse. I think
Is there
that's
something with pig or hog?
uh no.
Dog,
Oh yeah, dog. Yeah,
dog.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So yeah. Oh, interesting. I didn't even think about that. You're right.
yeah.
Animals, using animals
Animals, using
together with the swear
animals. Yeah.
words. Nice, nice. Okay. Now, I don't know if you've ever heard this expression before. I want to know if maybe you have something similar in your language. So, when we are like referring to people who swear a lot or situations where like somebody else is swearing and you're kind of like reacting to them,
Hmm.
I don't know if you've ever heard the expression, You kiss your mother with that
Oh,
mouth?
yes, I love this one. I love this one. And they very often use it in the movies,
Yeah,
actually.
you'll
Yeah.
hear it a lot in movies or TV shows. Like if somebody's swearing or they're being
Hmm.
very creative with their words, you can say like, "You kiss your mother with that mouth?" Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have something similar?
We do. We say that a person swears like a cobbler, which is a shoemaker. So you would say that, like, oh my God, he swears like a cobbler,
Uh,
like a
It,
shoemaker.
it's so funny the connections because we have a similar expression, but we say they swear like a sailor. Yeah,
Okay.
swearing like a sailor. And like when we talk about somebody who has kind of a dirty mouth or potty mouth,
Uh-huh.
we do say we say, "Oh man, they swear like a sailor all the time."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love
Um,
it.
and also like this was something mainly for children. So let's say a kid, maybe accidentally or on purpose, uses a swear word in front of like a family member or a teacher. They will say to them like, "Oh, you better wash your mouth with soap." And I think this actually came from, first of all, having a dirty mouth or a potty
Mm-hmm.
mouth, right? So you need to clean your mouth, so you
Mm-hmm.
wash your mouth out with soap. But I think this was an actual thing. Like people used to actually wash
Wash
their
their.
kids' mouth out with soap as punishment
Yeah,
for
because
swearing.
it's very unpleasant.
Yes. I mean, it's gross. It's not,
Yeah.
soap is not edible. So it
And shouldn't go in your
should not
mouth.
go in your
Yeah.
mouth. No, exactly.
Awesome. Do you have any funny stories when you, I don't know, maybe use the word
Uh,
inappropriately, or maybe you learned a word in Korean and didn't know its like full
pro-
meaning?
Probably in Korean. In English, I can't think of anything because I honestly, I don't swear too much.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think I've ever been in a situation where I've like accidentally thrown out a swear word or
F-bomb.
F-bomb, or even when I was a kid, I don't think I've ever really done that I can remember. Maybe I blocked it away in my memory. I do have one kind of situation I remember in Korea when I was using Korean regularly with my friends. And of course with languages, you just like pick things up
Mm-hmm.
along the way. And then you just like again put them into your vernacular, you kind of use them. So in Korean, I knew of two phrases to say like, "Oh, I'm embarrassed," or "That
Mm-hmm.
was embarrassing," right? So there are two different words that you can use, and I thought they were synonyms. And I thought they were synonyms because, these were two things that I picked up as I pick up a lot of Korean from hearing conversations around me or
Mm-hmm.
watching TV. Those are the two main places where I learn most of my words. So I thought, oh, great, I know these two words. I can use them interchangeably, which I did. I would use both of these words interchangeably just to, be a little more um, advanced in my
Mm-hmm.
vocabulary, right? So using synonyms. And one day I was telling a story to one of my Korean friends, and I used one of the words to say, like, that was embarrassing. And she stops me and she goes, why, where did you learn this word?
Do you
Like,
kiss your
how
mom with your
do you kiss
mouth?
your mom with that mouth? She was genuinely like, where did you learn this? And I told her, I mean, it's a synonym. I heard it so many times
Mhm.
from other people. She's like, okay, yes, you're using it in the right context, but it's pretty vulgar. And I was so shocked because I did not even know it was a bad word. Or not it's not like a
What
bad
did
word,
that
it's just
mean?
vulgar. Um so how do I explain without it being too inappropriate? It's like you're pulling a body part. You're
Oh.
pulling a certain body part. Anyway, it's like a an expression to say that you're embarrassed, okay? And
Oh.
I did not know at all that that was what.
That would be embarrassing.
Yes.
So, yeah.
So yeah, I learned that on that day. I still remember, and I will probably never use it again.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is a cool story.
How about you?
I do not have any story that I can remember now about me being in this situation, but I was a part of the situation where back in Ukraine, in our city, there was a wonderful man who is an American. So he came to Ukraine with the charity organization. They were helping orphans, and they were helping and supporting financially and with like whatever stuff, a lot of like orphanages
Hmm.
throughout the Ukraine. Anyway, so this man is a very religious man. So he goes to church back in the United States. So when he came to Ukraine and he settled down in our city, of course, he wanted to find the church to go to. So he found one church and he went there and he met the, uh, oh my God, not a pastor,
Priest?
priest. Thank you. So he met up with the priest, and the priest was like so excited to show the person from the another country like around the church, and the priest's English was somewhat decent, so he could have like a communication, like a basic conversation. And so he's showing him around, and he's like, "This is the church. Here are the okay, we don't have pews in our churches. Like, here is the church, here is this, here is that, and here's the altar. And in the evening, we have here." And then he paused and thought for a second. And then he said, and then in the evening, we have here choir practice. So,
He at a
yeah,
church?
at a church. So let me explain. So the word whore, and I apologize, in English, it's a very bad word. That is the kind of a promiscuous woman I was talking about before. But it's a very bad word in English, okay? In Russian and Ukrainian, though, the word whore, like spelled exactly like this, pronounced, sorry, exactly like this, means choir.
Ah, so he was trying to say choir
He was
practice.
trying to say choir practice. And I assume kudos to the priest that probably he looked up the word on the internet and he saw what it's how to write it, but he never checked the how to pronounce it. Because if you
Yeah.
guys look at the word choir in English, it's spelled like nowhere near choir. And
Yeah.
he would be like, "Oh my god, yes, it's definitely whore." So yeah, he told the guest from another country that in the evenings in the church they have whore practice.
That oh my gosh, that's so funny. I mean, do you remember what the reaction to that was?
Well, the guest was like what? But obviously he understood that there was some kind of a
Yeah.
misunderstanding and like English or not English, like language barrier thing happening. But
And context too,
yes,
probably,
of course.
right? Like that's where
But
generally
again, the context made it even funnier, right?
that's that's so true. Okay, well, I mean, I hope we approached this topic appropriately, and I hope people kind of understood what we were talking about without us using the actual
Yeah.
words. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, it would be nice to hear, I guess, what ooh, why don't you guys tell us like what is the first swear word you learned
Mm-hmm.
in English? Maybe what are some kind of ways that people swear, creative ways people swear in your own language or in your culture? There's so many different uh, origins or reasons for people to for languages with their swear words, right?
Yeah.
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 So
So yeah.
please drop us a line at eslpoducateme@gmail.com. That's our email address. Or go over to our Instagram at PoducateMe.
Yes. So it was a lot of fun talking to you guys about swear words without actually swearing.
That was tough.
That was tough and quite challenging. And thank you so much for joining us today. And as always, keep learning, keep listening, and
Educate
educate
yourself.
yourself.